Guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Using concrete or old thick wood with
As long as you beat that, there's no going wrong. It's the key to success.
That's crazy.
But interesting topic that we can continue.
You have got to see this.
Hello, good day everyone. Today we are at our new session of the 𝐘𝐄𝐋𝐋 at Bali Exception, and we are with Putri.
Hello.
Happy to have you here today, and we're going to tell a bit about her story from buying a property here in Bali from abroad. Can you please let us know more about your story, how you went?
My name's Putri. As you know, we're a family of 5. We're originally from New Zealand, but we've been living in the UK for 15 years. We came here in Easter last year, Easter 2003, for a family holiday, and we loved it so much that we decided to move.
And how many times did you come to Bali before?
We've spent a bit of time here. I was married here, or we were married here 10 years ago, and we've had family vacations, but I think the difference of the last holiday was the children were at such a good age to be in Bali and really experience it, that we had such a good time. Yeah.
Okay, so what is your main reason for relocating from London to here? So was it mostly for the kids or for you, like work balance?
Yeah, well, a bit of both. We wanted to be closer to New Zealand. And yeah, I guess London life is busy. It's hectic, you know. We're out of the house most of the day. The kids are at school. We wanted more of that work-life balance, and also the climate. Like we're used to so much rain and cold winters. So yeah, the climate was a huge attraction.
So yeah, it has been a big step for you because you actually purchased a property without being here, as you were in London. So can you tell us a bit more about how was the process for you?
Yes, so we came back from holiday, and I said to my husband, we have to move to Bali, and he laughed. But at the end of the day, when I was in bed, I would go onto Instagram and start looking at, Bali exception sites and other real estate agents, and just dreaming, really. You know, you see all these beautiful photos of beautiful villas, and it seems like a dream, but then actually when you start looking at the details, you think, actually, maybe we can make this happen. Yeah, so I think I reached out to you. It was the villa that we ended up purchasing. It was the one that caught my eye. It was the design. And yeah, I think I just dropped maybe an Instagram message or maybe an email. I can't remember. And that kind of got the ball rolling.
Yeah, and then we start to do some video call and then discuss more about the project of the villa, because one point was the fact that the villa wasn't ready, so it was just a land with some renders and then with all the pictures about how it would be like.
Yeah, I remember you took you went down the gang and you took a video and you're like, this is where the house will be, and but and you know, we're looking at the video from London and you're trying to see, and we went on Google Maps and you're looking at like the satellite picture to see what's around, but it's all out of date, especially in Bali. So it is quite hard to get a sense of, you know, what's around, what's it like, is it noisy, you know.
So I understand. I remember to take a video about where the villa will be, because it didn't exist that time, the street, and then also what's around, because the good point on that one was it was very nearby the school.
Yes.
So that was a very a good point. Nice. And also, so since it was off-plan project, so can you tell us how was your communication with the architects, because you've been able to customize and do it more like homey, like what you desire?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I think we were really lucky. The architect was brilliant on this one, and she's actually ended up becoming quite a good friend, and she's also our neighbour. She also has children in the same school as our children now, and they're same age, good friends. But we didn't know that at the time. But Sonia, she's Spanish, very creative and great communication. I loved her design, and even a lot of the choices that she made for the villa. She'd give you 3 different options, and you could
very
choose.
Flexible, right?
Yeah, very flexible. Yeah. And she's also, I think, she must have been doing it for a while. So she has great suggestions for, suppliers or all different ideas.
Yeah, she's very dedicated to her job, but that's actually her passion. So you can
Yes.
see when you talk about it with her, like she loves it so much, and she really care about that the family is getting the house is very happy and then match all their
Expectations.
expectation.
Yeah.
Nice. So now you've done the key handover a few months ago, and you live with your family. So you did
Yes.
move. You quit London, and then you move here, and now you're there.
Yes, we're here finally. I mean, so what? I think the huge advantage for us with Off Plan was, we made the decision to move here. We could purchase the villa, put down a deposit, and they start building it before we're actually here. So I think we arrived in Bali December, and then the villa was ready in February, which was great. So we could rent for only 2 months, and then we moved into our beautiful house, rather than if we had moved here and then tried to do a build project, it would have taken a year while we were living here. So it was nice that bought Off Plan, it was being built while we weren't even here. The timing worked really well for us, and I think that's a huge advantage for buying Off Plan, as opposed to being on the ground. Obviously there would have been huge advantages for being on the ground as well. You might be able to find something, or I don't know, find an area or a piece of land that really suits you, but we definitely got it lucky with the one.
Yeah, but especially now currently it's very hard to get a piece of land. Like when you want to get a home, like just for 2 or 3 or 5 hour land, it's really hard. So it was good that here you got like a very good location with a good architect to build your house and then make some customization. So that was great. And one question. So the reason why you relocated from London to here in Bali, so it was big change in your lifestyle.
Yes.
So can you tell us a bit more? Like that was the main reason for you to move.
Yeah, I think our children, our daughter's 8 and we've got twin boys who are 5. So they just started school in the UK. Anybody that has been in the UK or lived in the UK, they know what the schooling system is like. It's so strict, you can't take holidays out of term time, and it's a real high level of academics. There's already homework, it's a lot. So I think for us, with all the children at school, all of a sudden it felt like we were kind of on like a rat wheel, we were working, the children are working, they come home from school, we quickly feed them, like there was no enjoyment, no kind of real family time. And also I think I come from New Zealand, so the climate there is obviously a lot nicer than London, but it grinds you down after a while. There's only so much rain you can do, and especially with the kids getting older, you want to be outside, you want to be out and about, outdoors, and you're limited there. So I think for us it seemed like kind of the perfect time to go and do something really different. The kids are young, it's not high school, but they're old enough to experience new things. And also for us, we want to enjoy those years with the kids. They're only going to be this age for a short period of time. So we wanted to be around, we wanted to have more time for them, and we wanted to try something different.
Nice. So so very good quality time with family.
Yes.
And also for you, are you able to find some time for yourself? Do your own things?
Sometimes we feel guilty because our lifestyle here is so good. But but I think overall it's been a really positive move for everybody. Obviously, it's not just Bali has so much to offer in terms of nature and landscape and activities. I've started playing paddle, which I love. So many gyms. I don't know. There's so much to do here, but especially for children, after school activities. They can go horse riding if they want. In Barawa, it's crazy what's available. There's just so much. But I think my favorite thing is in the weekends we like to leave because it is hectic, especially around here. It's super busy. We like to either get a car or jump on a boat and go out to the islands or go into the forest, somewhere where it's a bit more remote and yeah, that's probably my favorite part here is the little adventures that you can do from.
Yeah, whatever your mood is, if you want more like ocean vibes or mountain vibes, like we just like
Yes.
1 or 2 hours away, even sometimes even less. Like we have rice field next door, like the ocean. Like after work, you can go for sunset,
Yes.
go with your kids or walk your dogs. So yeah, it's such a good quality life here that you can't really make like when you're back in the city.
No, it's so hard to recreate. And yeah, you mentioned the dog. I mean, if you move to Bali, it won't be long until you have a dog. We went out to Nusa Lembongan actually for a weekend away, and this little puppy just followed the children the whole weekend. And on the last day, they said, "Mummy, can we bring the puppy home?" So we brought the puppy home, and now it's she's part of the family, and the sunset walks after school. It happens every day, and it's
That's
so
the
special.
best. It happened to me the same. Like same, I didn't have any dogs, but then I finally adopt one, and then this is actually my my little gem of the day. Like this is my favorite part of the day, either on the morning or on the sunset time, and then you enjoy. You take a little break for yourself, and so refreshing. And so what about your kids? Like, did they give you some feedback? Like, do they miss UK, or like are they happy to be?
I mean,
They
they
say-
do complain that it's hot, but no, they love it. They love the school. It's a great community here. I think that's one thing that I was really surprised about. I knew that there was a large expat community, but everybody's really. Really friendly, really welcoming. I guess it's because everybody's in the same boat, everybody's
Exactly.
moved here. So you make some good friends quite quickly, and the kids have made some really good friends, which is nice.
Community here is as an expat, and the fact that, because this is the negative side, is the family is away. Like I mean, you have some family here, but mostly when you leave a country, it's not easy because you've got everyone there, your brother, your sister, parents, grandparents. So to move far away, like sometimes 10 hours, 20 hours flight from your initial home, and then starting from the beginning. So it's like when you move here, actually you don't feel lonely. Like this is what I feel, and I think this is the same for you.
I think
and
there's so many different communities, there's a paddle community, there's a school community, and also it's so, it's so varied. You have people from everywhere, France, New Zealand, Australia, all throughout Europe. It's a real mix, and the school that the kids go to, that's what I really love about it as well. So our kids they're experiencing all different cultures, as well as obviously the Indonesian and the Balinese culture here.
Yes. Yeah, and also about food, because sometimes like when you move here, like you actually find so many different places to eat. Yeah,
Yes,
you don't
we're
miss
very
Western
spoiled.
food. Or
No, not at all. I don't miss. What would I miss from London? It's a bit crazy here sometimes. Like in London, it's all very orderly, and it's a bit chaotic here. But we love that about here. Yeah.
One question. So it is really important. Like, what would you say to those family, like similar profile like you, like coming from abroad and would like to quit everything and move here? Like, would you suggest? What gift would you give them? Like, would you tell them to do it?
Of course. Look, we said we would give Bali a year or two. Now we're here. It's nearly been a year. I can't imagine leaving anytime soon. We absolutely love it. I think my advice, it's actually a lot easier than you think it will be. Obviously the schooling situation, I think for us that was the number one thing. Find a school that you love, and then try and find a place nearby. You don't want to be commuting on the back of a motorbike for long periods of time. And yes, the traffic is a big problem here. So that was the key thing for us: finding a school that we wanted to send the children to, and then finding somewhere to live near to the school. And I think where we've ended up, Barawa, yes, it's busy, and maybe we would have liked to have more rice fields or close to the beach or something, but there's so much around where we are. The kids go to Bulldogs, the football club, and Bodhi does gymnastics, and so I think if you find an area where you can get all the, where you can do all the children things and do all the schools, and you're not having to spend lots of time in the car or on a motorbike, that's a huge, I think that's made our life really a lot easier. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And so can you tell us a bit more about how it went? Like, how smooth was the process of buying the property through us, Bali Exception?
So I think I dropped you an email and a message, and then we called, and then you showed us the land, and then you set up a call between the architect and Victor, her husband, and my husband and I. And that was good. I got really good vibes from Sonia. Obviously, buying off plan in Bali, not being in the country, can be quite scary. You read lots of horror stories.
A lot of scams, yes.
Lots of scams. So that's always at the front of your mind. But yeah, having that call with the architect was really reassuring, and then also seeing the plan in place, seeing the kind of work schedule, seeing the land, it gave us enough confidence to take the first step. And once we did that and they started building, it was all, great communication, lots of photos, lots of videos, weekly updates. So yeah, there was never, you're never wondering what's happening or is anything happening, because we were always being updated. So between yourself, I think we had direct contact. Sonia and I, we created a WhatsApp group. Everything through WhatsApp these days is so quick and easy that made it really easy.
All right, but thank you so much for coming here today. So it was a very good feedback from your experience buying a property here with us. So if you have any question and more particular thought or question you would like to ask us, we can definitely contact us to me, or we can also discuss with Putri. She will be happy to share her experience for more details. So see you soon on the Yellow Coach. Talk to you soon. Bye.